This is DJ Dr. Chris.
And it's your favorite nurse practitioner, Bree.
Today, I'm going to be talking about flat feet.
And I'm going to be discussing another pregnancy symptom that I am not liking.
All right. And after that, we'll pop a little bottle and see what comes out. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay, Bree. Sounds like we got new symptoms.
It's like something every day. Like I said, I'm not sure who said pregnancy was this most wonderful thing. Sure did lie, because every day I'm finding something different, something new, changes happening to my body that I've never experienced before, but I feel like it's going to be worth it in the end.
Okay, so let's talk symptoms. What are you feeling?
So in your weekly dose of BS, let's talk about some, forgive me if I say this wrong, but it's Meralgia Paresthetica. Pretty much, this is a common condition. It's characterized by tingling, numbness, and burning in the outer portion of your thigh. It's caused by a compressed nerve that supplies sensation to the skin surface of your thigh. I don't think you have to have all of them for you to be diagnosed with this, but I have found that I have the numbness part and the tingling. No burning. It started about a month ago and it has not left. So yay me. Some of the causes, which are common, are you have too tight of clothing that you're wearing, obesity, weight gain, and pregnancy. This usually brings everything on. And it could be also due to localized trauma, disease, such as diabetes. In most cases, you can relieve the symptoms by conservative measures. Of course, like if you're wearing too tight clothing, just don't wear those. In severe cases, there's medication for discomfort, or you may have to have surgery. My case, as soon as this baby gets out, I'll lose weight and it will go away. So, let's see. It says, when should you call the doctor? I mean, you can call your doctor any point in time and tell them about it. If it's pregnancy, like my issue is the pregnancy, there's nothing they can do really. You're not going to really take any medicine to treat it because it can affect the baby. So you just have to wait it out until the baby comes and then it will go away. Let's see.
Yeah, I believe it's correct me if I'm wrong, is that the lateral femoral cutaneous nerve that gets compressed?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So what I know about it, because I wrote a blog on this a couple of years ago. So correct me if I'm wrong on any of this stuff. This is just off of memory. It usually gets pinched. There's a ligament that goes from one spot in your pelvis to another. And underneath that is the nerve. And I believe that's where it gets compressed. So
it's the inguinal ligament.
Okay, yeah. So it can be kind of compressed from either side, either weight gain or pregnancy can push sort of down on it, or weight gain would also be from the inside. But things like tight jeans will also compress the ligament into the nerve. I know a lot of like gymnasts that do what do you call those? The uneven bars, because they're constantly smacking the bar with their hip right in that spot. It tends to irritate that nerve. And I think it's only a sensory nerve, not motor. So, which means you shouldn't experience any muscle weakness. No, you shouldn't
experience any weakness, but the numbness and tingling and burning sucks.
Yeah, it's no fun.
So
I'm sorry you're dealing
when
with
you
that.
can't feel your leg.
If you were to come to me as a patient, one thing I would suggest trying is a posterior hip distraction. So what that means is you'd put a thick band, like a resistance band, around the top of your thigh, just below like the joint basically, and you strap it to something, and you kind of bend over and get a lot of force into it, so it kind of pulls your femur backwards into the socket. Sometimes they'll buy you a little bit of slack in the system, and it might be enough to at least give you some relief.
Yeah, I've noticed like I do certain stretches, it doesn't feel as bad, but like mine gets really aggravated a lot when I sit for a long period of time.
Yeah, just compressing the whole area. You could try, like, if you're standing, what is it, your right leg, left leg, both?
It's my right leg.
So put your right leg up on a stool or a chair or something, and then kind of bend forward a little bit, and then take your elbow, your forearm really, and get it close to the area and just push downward into your femur. That's sort of the same idea as what I was describing before. And that, again, that might buy you some slack and give you a little bit of relief.
I'll try anything. At this point, I've kind of gotten used to it.
No. I'm sorry, Brie.
I'm like, 16 more weeks to go.
So how are the feet doing? Are your feet flat right now?
No, they still swell. That's not going to change.
All right.
It's just another wonderful symptom of pregnancy. I wear compression socks now. They help. The compression socks help a lot. When I don't wear them, the fluid just pockets. So 16 more weeks to go. I should just keep telling myself.
Yeah, you're almost there.
Almost there. Counting down and not up anymore.
So anything else on the Meralgia Paresthetica?
Nope, that's mainly it. Okay. That's what I'm feeling right now.
Not
It'll be something different next week, I'm sure.
Not an emergency ever. So if you get that, I don't think you need to freak out, right?
No, that's not an emergency condition. Like I said, you can tell your doctor, but there's really nothing they're going to do besides like stretches.
Yeah, probably give you pain pills. Well, not for pregnant.
No, you can't. You're pregnant.
Yep. So, anyways, I was kind of trying to segue into flat feet. So, in the rehab corner, that's what I want to talk about because it's so pervasive and something I see constantly. It's just
I have flat feet.
Everyone's feet are flat, right? And part of the reason for that is shoe wear. So it's kind of weird. You get like the advice to get proper shoes, but the reason that all starts is because we, as kids, we put shoes on kids and. Shoes are basically like braces, they're for your foot, like a knee brace. So it kind of does the work for your arch. The arch gets to relax and then it never really develops strength. And then, that's why the majority of the population has a flat foot. And then what tends to happen is the foot will start to turn out. The whole back side, it's like one mechanism. It goes your calf into your plantar fascia and into the arch. So you're supposed to stand with a little arch and the foot kind of straight. What tends to happen is that whole chain gets sort of put on stretch constantly and kind of stiffens up in response. And then what will happen, and this is why it's really a problem, is that you can develop knee pain. So if your foot or an ankle is stiff, you're missing the movement of dorsiflexion. So think toes towards your nose. That's motion. If you're missing some of that, you're going to have a tendency to turn your feet out when you walk, and especially when you get out of a chair, squat or anything like that. And what that does is it sets up a bad position for your knee. Well, maybe not bad, but less than ideal. And over time, you can develop things like fraying of your meniscus or arthritis because you're sort of malaligned the knee joint. So I see this all the time, and I see people come in, and I have them squat, and they turn their feet out, they lift their toes up, and it's the opposite of what you need to do. So I don't know what. Literally,
I think our flat feet are genetic. Because I barely wear shoes. I hate shoes. Hate them with a passion.
Well, but were you barefoot as a child?
Yeah, I grew up in Seneca.
I don't know. I mean, there may be a genetic component, but I'd argue that it's sort of not something you're born with. It's something that develops.
I mean, I understand that too, but I think ours is genetic. Like I bet you Elizabeth will have flat feet too.
Well, I think if you make her be barefoot a lot, and when she gets a little older, teach her how to stand with an arch.
Like me, because I don't even wear shoes around the house now.
Yeah,
and I don't wear shoes when I walk outside, which is probably not the best. She's going to be barefoot, running around the front yard, free bird, and having the best life. But she ain't gonna have no arches because she has flat feet like her mama.
That maybe there's a component. I mean, certainly there's like what I would consider like a collagen profile. I think some people are stiffer than others in their connective tissue, and
I believe that
if they're a little bit on the looser side, I can see the argument that maybe that genetic component may lead to a flat foot. But anyways,
I agree with that too because I have a connective tissue disorder.
Ehlers-Danlos?
No, not that bad.
Okay,
it's like slight, because I think that's what happened with my retinas. And like I'm like double jointed in some areas. So I bet you that's why ours is like that.
Yeah, that's probably the underlying issue, definitely. So, but the thing is, it seems like everyone's answer is always just to put, arch support in there, get the right shoe wear. but everyone sort of forgets that you have muscles under there. You have muscles, layers of muscles that line the arch and support the arch. So if you do the right set of exercises, you can restore your arch. And you have to be a little bit conscious of how you stand too. It's not just going to be magical, but there's simple little exercises you can do. Like you can take a towel and like scrunch up with your big toe or all your toes really, and try to drag the towel towards you. There's that's like a very specific type of heel raise you can do that affects the tibialis posterior, muscle that goes into the arch. So, it takes a long time, but if you're really persistent, over the course of, maybe 3 to 6 months, you could really restore your arch.
Oh.
So
maybe we should do a study on that.
Well, I actually put together a program. If you go to shameless plug, www.restoreyourarch.com, you can learn more about this program I put together. It's a 3-month program of several series and a progression of the right exercises. And there's a little bit of mobility work in there too, specifically for ankle dorsiflexion. That will set you up for success.
Perfect.
Yeah. So that's what I got for you.
Well, then I say it's time for you to pop open a bottle.
All right.
And I will just eat a piece of cake.
All right, sounds good. So I was just walking in my yard, and my neighbors called out, "Hey, Chris, come on over." So I stopped by, and I was like, "What's up?" And they handed me a bottle of Truth and Valor. That's a cab from Paso Robles. So I've never had this before. About to pop it open, see how it tastes.
I have had that before.
It's good. Do you like it?
Mm-hmm.
Delicious. So thank you, Tom and Chris, my neighbors.
Thank you for allowing him to drink some really good wine.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what's up next? You want to do some questions? You want to do some restaurants? What do you want to do?
Well, we can do restaurants. Let me tell you, we have been eating out because every time I go out to eat, I get nauseous and another fun pregnancy. Most people are like, oh, the second trimester is the best. First trimester was the best for me. Second trimester, I see something and I feel like I want to vomit. So We've been at home a lot when it comes to food because we'll go out to eat. And then like 30 minutes later, I'm ready to go. So we hadn't been to a lot of restaurants lately.
Okay. So you don't have one. Your restaurant is the Stevens Family Diner?
It's that or it's Culver's, one or the other, which I recommend Culver's. Their fries are great.
I've never been to Culver's.
See, well, then maybe I should say that. Culver's on Immokalee pretty much knows me because every Sunday I get their fries with cheese and dip it and some chicken tenders.
Do they have those cheese curds there?
Oh, they do.
Okay. Yeah. That, being from Boston, I'd never seen a Culver's and I heard of it. And then one day we got like 10 of them in Florida.
Yes. So good.
Yes, I still haven't been.
Check that out if you're in Naples on Immokalee Road.
Very cool. Mine's kind of up by Immokalee too. It's Burns. Let me just double check it. It's a diner, which I rarely do. I had moved into a new clinic back in April, and it's in North Naples, and it is called Bernie's City Diner. So it surprised me. I usually don't expect much of a diner, and I walked in there, and they had this like carnivore, or I guess it was a meat lover's omelet. And as you know, I'm like still doing the carnivore diet, so I loved it. It was amazing. So big time recommended.
I'll have to try that out.
Yeah.
Once the baby gets out, because unless they go fast, it won't work too well for me.
Are you ready for some questions?
Perfect. I'm ready.
Okay. All right. A taxi driver is going down a one-way street the wrong way. He passes 12 cops. Why does he not get arrested?
There's no cops in the car.
It's a good guess, but no.
So read it again.
Okay. A taxi driver is going down a one-way street the wrong way. He passes 12 cops. Why does he not get arrested?
Oh, it's a one-way street.
But he's going down the wrong way.
Is he actually driving? Is he already in the cop car?
No. You were close. You almost said kind of the right answer.
I was like, is he actually driving the car?
No.
He's not driving it.
Mm-hmm. But he's still moving down the street in the wrong way.
He's on a bicycle, or is he walking?
He's walking. So you got it.
He's walking.
Very good. Very good. All right. On average, how many books can you put in an empty backpack?
How many books can you put in an empty backpack?
Yep.
None, because the backpack's empty.
You're close.
0?
Well, 0 and none are the same thing.
Say that again.
0 and none are the same thing. You can put some in there. Well, 0 is not the answer. Let's just say that.
Okay.
So on average, how many books can you put in an empty backpack?
I want to say like 1, but you're actually carrying it.
1 is the right answer. So 1, after that, it isn't empty.
Oh, yeah. So look, I'm smart.
It's one of those. Okay, last one, right? A cowboy rode to an inn on Friday. I've heard this one before, so if you know this one, we'll go on to a different one. So a cowboy rode to an inn on Friday. He stayed 2 nights and left on Friday. How can this be?
He rode in on Friday.
Stayed 2 nights and then left on Friday.
So where did he stay 2 nights at? Where?
Irrelevant.
Rode in. Rode in on Friday, stayed 2 nights, but then left on Friday.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to give you a hint?
Yes.
Sometimes words have more than one meaning.
What else kind of road are they talking about?
Well, road's not the word I'm thinking of.
Oh.
He wrote it on Friday. He left on Friday.
What else does left mean besides like your left side?
Another hint. The word that has 2 meanings is also in the question twice.
What else does Friday mean? Isn't it a day of the week?
Yes. You can also, I guess I can. That's a little tricky what I'm saying. Sometimes.
Oh, Friday, like a French fry?
No, not quite. You ever notice like some of the weird names people give their pets?
Rode in on Friday. Friday is the horse's name?
Yes.
That's stupid.
I know. They usually are. Do you want another one? Does that make you feel bad?
No, because that was dumb.
All right, I'll give you a different one. All right. What is directly in the middle of Australia?
The continent.
No.
Desert.
No.
The middle of Australia.
Those also might be true. But, well,
the center.
Yeah, that's actually what I thought the answer was going to be. But it's like that level of stupidness. But yeah, it's not like a thing or a town. It's nothing tangible.
Is that a kangaroo?
Nope.
I'm just saying they would probably be in Australia. I don't know this one.
Hold on. I'm trying to think if I give you another hint here. The middle of a kangaroo is GA. Or is it G or A? Yeah.
The ground?
The space between a G and an A. The letter R.
What's that got to do with the center?
What's in the middle of Australia?
I guess you need to know how to spell Australia in order to get this joke.
That's correct.
So folks out there, if you hadn't noticed, I'm not the best speller. So I would have never gotten this question right.
All right. Last two were bad. Sorry. But you got that first two, so not bad. Shooting 50%.
I was like, not bad. Not that bad. I can blame it on pregnancy brain. I can actually say that.
All right, Bree, anything else you want to chat about today? Anything else in your mind?
We need to do our good news of the week.
Oh, I always forget. Yeah, sorry.
So
Continue.
I got this off of the Today Show's website. Apparently, an anonymous customer leaves a $16,000 tip at a New Hampshire restaurant.
16,000.
But then, like, it shows the receipt, and I feel like the name is on the receipt. So I'm like, is it really anonymous? But his check was $37.93. Wrote a tip for $16,000. That probably made somebody's like a whole month or two. This was at a restaurant. Of course, restaurants were hit hard with the coronavirus pandemic. So he wanted to do something good. It's the restaurant owner. His name is Mike Zorella. The guy wanted to leave it anonymous. He ordered, it said chili cheese dog, a Patron tequila drink, and asked the bartender for the check, wrote the tip, and then walked away.
Wow.
Isn't that nice?
Must be some good Patron.
That's what I said.
Well, so the name on there is probably the bartender's name, right?
It says card reader.
Card reader?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know because I don't know. I don't ever look at receipts like that.
Yeah.
But I'm going to start checking them out next time, see if my name's on there or not.
It shouldn't be. It's usually just the name of the server or bartender. But that's pretty amazing.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of cool.
Well, Mr. Anonymous, good for you. It was a Mr. Do we know that?
I don't know if it's Mr. or Mrs. No, it says Mr. He said he had a chili cheese dog.
Nice.
So there are still good people out there.
Yep.
Tequila makes you do crazy things.
So on that note, Bree, shall we wind it down?
I say so. I'm going to eat my carrot cake and then probably go to sleep.
Yeah, I can tell you're a little tired today, right?
Tired. This baby's kicking my tail.
Is it moving around a lot?
She is moving, y'all. She is. At first, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I don't feel her move," and then she's moving all the time. She woke me up 2 nights in a row with her movement. So, but I'm grateful for it because I'm so excited she's in there.
Is Mike talking to her?
Mike talks to everybody, so yes.
Is he singing like Brazilian hip hop to her?
No, he sings his little whatever songs he makes up in his head.
All right, nice. Okay, well, you get some rest. We'll chat next week, and we'll have some new topics.
And we'll probably talk more about pregnancy. And I was like, why are you so fatigued during pregnancy? Why are you exhausted all the time and all you want to do is sleep?
All right, Bree, you feel better. Get some rest.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, this is Poppin' Bottles. See you guys next week.
Bye, guys.